Hello, we're SQ Festival, and today we're going to discuss our marketing plan with you. We're going to start with Jason to explain a little bit about your organization structure and the event structure as well.
Hi, I'm Jason. The basis to any franchised show, or really any series of concerts, is how the events are set up. What we've elected to do is we've elected to take our resources, which is our pool of already established national bands, and we, instead of making 9 unrelated shows, we've decided to make 8 local shows and 1 headlining show, which will be in Chicago as the main event. At each show, what we're going to do is we're going to take one of our national headlining bands and make them a headliner, and then they'll be supported by 3 local bands. From that point, we will have, it will be like a battle of the band structure where the fans will vote on each local band, and the local band will join the headlining band at the main event in Chicago, where all of the headlining bands and the winning local bands will play at this large festival. This is a general outline of our key organizational charts, and as well as a listing of staff that we recommend. The time allocation, we'd like to put most of our time into the early shows because we kind of feel that the main show will sell itself along the way. Personnel is pretty small. We just have 2 people in the local market, 4 people in the headquarters, and our dollars, most of it is going to advertising, graphic design, as well as we'd like to hire a local digital public relations person to help us get into local blogs and develop a relationship with various local media outlets. And then finally, each local site, as well as the main site, there will be one. So, there has to be a little bit of spending on that. And we actually feel like that is on the bottom because it's rather simple.
We decided to do national and local marketing plan. And as far as our national plan, we're going to be utilizing the show as a national ad campaign. We're going to also leverage the brand's existing brand equity to promote for the show as well. Also, we're going to have advertisement and online video content. Moving on to our local marketing plan, we're gonna use our local brands to be a promotion vehicle to promote for the local show. Also, that will create a buzz on their website. As well, we're gonna use radio trades where we're gonna exchange tickets and inform like an exchange of radio spot or interview about the show. And most of our local social media is going to be geo-targeted, as you can see. We're not using pre-roll for YouTube just because it wouldn't fit with the brand and wouldn't make sense and wouldn't be feasible as well. And also we're going to have 2 toolkit for local marketer and local artists. And we're going to provide both with logos and graphs and relevant links, Facebook template, and information about the event and guidelines. And moving to the artists, as I mentioned, we're going to give them logos. Also, something we're going to give them as well is going to be video information and festival information.
We're going to have basically a 2-strategy approach. First is local shows, and we're gonna have our main event, which is the second one. So for the first one, we have a 1,200 capacity, and tickets are gonna be priced at $15 online in advance, and $20 at the door of the event. We feel that if tickets are bought in advance, we can take the email of the buyers and we can use that email for future marketing purposes. Accordingly, for the Chicago show, we have three different tickets, basically 4 seated and 1. As for the live show voting, attendees will have the opportunity to vote for their favorite local act at each show. Votes are going to be collected via text message or voting kiosk. And lastly, voters must enter their emails to prevent voter fraud.
Okay, we're going to be using social media and Insta sharing to connect with audiences, and Snapchat being one of our sponsorships we're very excited about. It will give the audience and their followers the opportunity to capture the moment. So the way we're going to be using Snapchat is we're going to use the local show photos and video clips as a photojournal event kind of thing. And the Snapchat stories will be broadcasted as a live feed. The contest that we're using, the Snapchat stories will be randomly picked, and the winners are from each local show will be able to go to the live ending show. Okay, we're going to be using Facebook and Twitter. Facebook, we're going to capitalize on pre-event chatter. 54% of the festival conversation happens before the event, and that's a lot of talk. So we're going to be having each city be responsible for their own ad, as well as purchase text display ads. And then the own media, we're going to be having Facebook pages and Twitter pages, and then a main event page, as well as the city event pages. And as well, for Twitter, we're going to be putting a hashtag on it. Among the top 10 most discussed festivals, only 19% of conversations contain branded hashtags. We're going to be connecting and promoting the bands and the festival through branded hashtags. So S3, S3 City, so whatever city we have, S3 the band, and S3 the fan, so we can keep track of the conversation going on. As well as all of these are going to be used for Instagram as well as a platform. YouTube. Remote participation is actually amplifying music festival chatter. Roughly 1 out of every 4 posts about music festival comes from people engaging from outside of the event. So we're going to be live streaming, which is going to increase engagement, which is going to sell more tickets, which means, you know, more sales. So we're going to live stream each actual concert, which is not going to be promoted by the band, but it's going to be promoted by the headlining bands to increase sales for each local event, as well as for the final show in Chicago. Fans internationally can stream as well. Also, we're going to be using YouTube to showcase artist videos and have exclusive behind-the-scene content for fans. Advertainment. Video on demand. We're going to create a video on demand page. It's just going to show a lot of the artists' music pages, behind the scenes. We're also going to be using satellite radio to launch a temporary station to play the local songs, as well as the headliner songs and interviews.
As with any large event, we're obviously going to have a website, and some of the content that we're going to have is about the S-Cubed Festival, the final show information, ticketing information in general, and links to the local shows, which will be their own subsections of the website. We're also going to have a media player, of course a list of our sponsors to give them credit and advertise for them, and links to our social media platforms and a way to contact us. And we're going to utilize basics of SEO. We're not going to pay to have a ton of SEO done, but we're going to make sure that we're the ones coming up when people are trying to search for our event. So here we have a mock-up of our website, the home, tickets, schedule, about us, and contact. And then right at the beginning, you have an option to choose which show, with it ultimately building up to the final show in Chicago. Our website's also going to have our local shows. So that's going to be similar to the main website, but it's going to be more specific with the lineup and artists for each show, the general information for the show, how to get tickets, a media player for different bands that are playing at the shows, and general information about our S-Cubed Festival. We're also going to have links to our social media and the specific social medias for each local show, and again, a way to contact us. For email collection and marketing, we're going to use the voting kiosks at the venue in addition to our website and landing page, and that's all going to tie in with our emails. So we'll be sending out bi-weekly emails once we get email addresses from people that are interested, and we'll keep them up to date on promotions, news, and different ticket pushes. The landing page for our website is going to have a goal of taking the curiosity and interest that people have and turning that into ticket sales. So we're going to have a list of the dates and locations for shows, and of course links to go buy the tickets for each show and see more details about who's performing. Here we have the mock-up of our landing page. It'll have a picture of our festival, our sponsors, an option to join our mailing list if you haven't already, and that's how you got to the landing page. And then of course a list of all the concerts and a way to get tickets.